Hey there. I decided I'd show my face again today. People said sometimes we're just used to seeing your head all the time. So you see the top of my head, here's my face, and I'm going to throw my hair up in a ponytail before I paint because I shed like crazy. And I can't tell you how many times I've pulled hair out of my paintings. So I just wanted to share some good news. And on Facebook, I've had a lot of support, and I wanted to let people know that acrylic fluid art and paint pouring is actually getting some recognition, which is really great. I enter art exhibitions all the time. I've painted for 20 years, and the last year or so I've really pursued exhibitions and that kind of thing, and I get a lot of no's. So my point to you is don't ever give up. Just keep on doing what you love. It'll eventually pay off. And I was up against some stiff competition. This was in Winston-Salem, North Carolina, a couple of hours away from where I live. There were 640 entries, and the juror, who has jurred over 150 shows, picked about 30-something pieces, and the pieces were phenomenal. There was a little bit of everything, some resin art, and not fluid resin art. It was resin art in cups with objects inside. It was really kind of cool. A little bit of sculpture, a lot of realism that was just photographic looking, like top notch. You know, if I went in to judge a competition, I would look at the photorealistic artwork and say that is like the bomb, because I have always wanted to paint realistically and to get better and better at it, and I've decided to let go of those, pursuits and go in the fluid art, which is more abstract and more freeing and that kind of thing. But I was up against some tough competition, and so we were at the opening last night, and he mentioned a couple of shout outs to a few artists, and then he gave a couple of honorable mentions, and one of them was one of the guys that had painted a female in a bathing suit in different kinds of positions that was just phenomenal. He said it took him 3 months to paint it. He got an honorable mention, and when that happened, I thought, I don't stand a chance, and I didn't go in there expecting to win anything anyway. I just wanted the exposure and the hopes of selling the two pieces that got into the show. I was going to show you the two pieces. So this was one of them, the one that I call Fortuity. Fortuity means by chance, and I named it because that's what fluid art is about. It's by chance. And let's see, I'll go back, see if I can get back out of this. The Wings of Love, I got third place, and I was so not expecting that. If you hadn't seen that, I don't know, some people are just finding me on YouTube, and so you may not have seen my other 170 videos that I've done, but this was the one that got me third place. So I'm just really thankful, and got my certificate, and I'll be getting a check in the mail for a cash award, which is really awesome. I didn't expect that at all. And that was in Winston-Salem, and they have a really cool Arts Council building, and it has a school above, the School of Arts for children and people, and they do painting and jewelry and pottery, and it's just really an awesome place. I did find the winner. I finally located Peggy, and she contacted me about my koi fish acrylic blocks, so I will be shipping this to her this week, and she's in Georgia and I live in North Carolina, so she'll have it by the end of the week for sure. I'm going to point the camera back down where I can show you what I'm doing on my table, and because I'm not used to having the camera on my face, I don't care for it. This one is dried. and I really ended up loving this one. It's you know, where I did a swipe with multicolors, and I put probably way too many colors. I kind of did it splotchy. I didn't do bands of color. So that's just a pointer that if you want more definite color separation, then do your bands of color. Whereas I intermingled my colors so they kind of intermingled together. But the white, and the key with swiping too, I think, is if you have your white or your black or whatever color you're swiping with without the silicone in it, if you have it thin enough, it will become larger in the cell formation. But if you noticed, the purple bled into the white, which it kind of happened on my last one that I did that was with the black swipe and I had the flowers at the bottom. It did kind of the same thing, which made it really kind of pretty, but the purple kind of bled into the white down through here, and I think it's because my white might have been a little bit too thin. I'm not sure. But up here, where it was strictly white, it stayed white. And then I did my flowers where I blew in the paint, and that was so much fun, and I just love this. It's very happy feeling. I like just swiping, but I like to do something extra just to kind of take it up a notch. So this turned out really kind of cute. I was really pleased with it. And then I was going to show you two pours that I did yesterday, and the video will be coming out probably before this one. This was a new acrylic paint that I tried. Arteza, I'm not sure how to pronounce it. They're tube paints. They're a little less than an ounce each, and there was like 4 trays of all the different colors. And so I chose 2 colors from each tray. So I did the green, a bright green and a phthalo green, and then black and white. And then I added Anita's titanium gold, and I think in that video I kept saying Titan gold, but it's titanium gold, so it's like a champagne kind of gold. And I didn't know how I would like it with the green, but actually you can see the shimmer there. I kind of like it. But the cells, this I did with Owatrol, which is like Floetrol, but it's a European version. It's more expensive and it's harder to get. It's on Amazon and you can get it from the company, but it really levels out nice and smooth. This was literally done yesterday. I poured it and it just is nice. It's kind of slick and it just really self-levels well. And I put coconut milk hair serum in my colors, but I didn't put very much, and I didn't stir it hardly at all, and I got these nice big cells. And then this one was done with the deep violet or violet color and the brighter one that was like a rose color, and with the titanium gold and white and black. And same with this, it's nice and slick and smooth, and I love the cells on this. It's just really cool looking. So I was really pleased with that. These 2 paints were it says premium on it. There's a lot of pigment in it, and I was really pleased with the way they turned out, because I didn't use but maybe a half of a tube, which was maybe it was way less than an ounce of paint, and I mixed the Owatrol with it and used a little bit more Owatrol than I did paint, and it really came out very vivid and bold in color. This is on my Amazon link, I think, and it was, I think, $25 for a 24 pack. It might have been less, I can't remember, but it was a really good value, I think. And this was actually just playing around with the leftover paint on parchment paper. And parchment paper, you wouldn't think it would peel off, but parchment paper is fabulous. It does not allow your paint to stick to it. That's why I cover my paintings with parchment paper when I ship them before I put anything else around the painting, I put parchment paper around it because I know that it's not going to stick to my paint or to the clear coat that's on it. And it's a good way to leave extra paint for pulling off for skins and things like that. So parchment paper. And this was on photo paper, which does not peel off. Once you pour on photo paper, it sticks. But this is some of the leftover purple and some of the leftover greens. So I'm always keeping extra for skins.